Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just feel like running my mouth just for a little bit. I need to go out. I need to go to Walmart and Ross Dress for Less and to the grocery store. I might go have me a cocktail. Sit down somewhere and have a cocktail. I don't know, cause I can have a cocktail, girl. I can have a cocktail at my house, but I might go to Chili's. Yeah, that's as much as I could do. I was thinking about going to the bar. Did I tell y'all I went to the bar like 2 weeks ago? My eyes are glossy. I haven't been crying, y'all. But I went to the bar like 2 weeks ago. It was around like 1 something. And I had a taste for some gumbo. And it's this place in the Montrose area called BB's. Their gumbo is pretty decent. It ain't my grandmama gumbo, but I mean, girl, it'll do. I had a taste for some gumbo, so I know they close at 3 now. They used to be open 24 hours before Miss Rona came through and wanted to break up the scene. Hello? With a gangster lean. But they used to be open 24 hours. Now they're open till 3 and like 4, I think, on the weekend. But anyways, I had a taste for gumbo, and so I was like, I'm gonna get me some gumbo. And so I kind of drove around the corner because it's right there by all the bars. And I was like, yeah, I didn't see a lot of people out. And I was like, well, let me just go over here to the Eagle. Girl, with nobody but me, the bar. Girl, it was right in my alley, though. I didn't care. I was good with it. It was, girl, literally me, the bartender. It was a food truck outside with the guy in the food truck. Then the bouncer that be at the door. And, girl, that was it. And there was somebody walking around cleaning up. Girl, like wiping off the tables and stuff. But other than that, girl, that was the only. It was like 1:30 by the time I made it there, and the bars in Houston closed at 2. So I just had me a quick cocktail. Then I hit it to BB's and came on back home. But y'all went to the bar, wasn't nobody out. I think because it was during a weekday too. I think it was because it was in a weekday and it was kind of late. Girl, ain't nobody up. Like my grandma say, girl, ain't nothing open past 10 o'clock. But Walmart and Legs. Hello? And Walmart, they close. Some Walmarts close at 10 now. But anyways, so let's talk about Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf, I really don't know that much about that white boy. I know he used to be sexy as hell to me. He used to play in the movie that Transformers. You know, they had a few. Then I think he started cutting up, and then I think like the latest one, it was like with Mark Wahlberg, I think, and then some other white girl. But yeah, he was in like the first couple of Transformer movies. Sexy as hell. You know, he was dating FKA Twigs. Girl. But y'all, some of y'all, girl, y'all need to get into her first album. Her first album is everything. I think she got 2. I'm not sure. I'm not like a big FKA Twigs, but I know some of her songs. Tell me what do I tell me you're not here. Yes, come on, bitch. What do I do you're not here? Girl, y'all need to get into, girl, her songs be bopping, girl. I'm telling y'all. If you're not really into like that, if you're not really into like the, I don't know how to describe it, like the spacey kind of music, you're not going to like it. But if you into that, you'll love it. Girl, she's a girl from the video. Girl, music, girl, she really got some songs, y'all. For real, for real. Anyways, go get into FKA Twigs. Girl, low-key, you know who remind me of her? I ain't gonna lie. And I remember Azalea Banks had said this before, and I low-key agreed with her. Tanashi low-key kind of remind me, like, and I felt like she low-key kind of started biting off of FKA Twigs. I do, girl. Anyway, child. So, she has filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court. She is alleging that Shia can't keep his motherfucking hands to himself. And he also out in these streets passing out STDs. Hello? So not only is he passing out shit, he also going upside a bitch head, okay? She alleges that he physically abused her, gave her an STD. She's accusing him of sexual battery, assault, and infliction of emotional distress. Supposedly he got an STD to other women. His lawyer says that it's not that bad. Let me tell y'all whole something. I don't give a damn if you can get rid of it or not. If you wake up and your pussy leaking, or if you wake up and your dick is leaking, bitch, it's that bad. Girl, I don't give a damn if you can get rid of it in 5 to 7 business days. Bitch, it's bad. Hello? Girl, so don't try to sweep no STD under the motherfucking rug like it's just not that bad. Don't nobody want to wake up leaking and dripping and girl pus everywhere. But anyways, supposedly his ex-girlfriend Carolyn Foe, she was supposedly abused by him, allegedly abused by him too. Oh, I need to get the he wrote he actually came out and apologized. You know I do not like to stop videos. Let me get this because I want to read the statement that he wrote. Just a minute, y'all. Okay, so you know I like to make my videos straight through. I don't like to stop and start and do all that, girl. But yeah, I wanted to read this statement that he wrote. But before we get into the statement, so basically, allegedly he had an ex-girlfriend, Carolyn Foe. They are saying that he abused her also. Listen, you know, like I've been trying to tell y'all, I don't know why y'all think if y'all put y'all hands on somebody, you can't get sued. Okay, here's another example of somebody suing somebody for putting their motherfucking hands on them. But, girl, we're going to leave that alone. Okay, so he came out and he wrote a statement. He told the New York Times, although many of these allegations are not true, I'm not in the position to defend any of my actions. I owe these women the opportunity to air their statements publicly and accept accountability for those things I have done. As someone in recovery, I have to face almost daily reminders of things I did say and do when I was drinking. It has always been easy for me to accept responsibility when my behavior reflects poorly on myself. But it's also much harder to accept the knowledge that I may have caused great pain to others. I can't rewrite history. I can only accept it and work to be better in the future. I write this as a sober member of the 12-step program and in therapy for my many failings. I am not cured of my PTSD and alcoholism, but I am committed to doing what I need to do to recover, and I will forever be sorry to the people that I may have harmed along the way. Girl, to me, he pretty much admitted that, girl, the shit was true. Girl, that's what I got from it. You know what's so crazy? When I saw this story online earlier, people was like, oh, well, he admitted to it. Girl, that this is my thing. Girl, on some real shit, okay. People lie. Let's just say that. Just because I feel like I feel like I have to say this for whatever reason. We know that there are women out there who will come forward, and we're gonna talk about a bitch who I think lying in a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We know there are women that come forward and say things that are not true and accuse men of things that are just not true, right? But I don't think you get I don't think you get brownie points because you admit that you did a bitch dirty. That, you know, you don't get no brownie points. I saw people oh, well, he admitted to it. And, you don't get no pat on the back because you know, because we can read through the lines that you pretty much admitting to the shit that she said was true. Well, I think that's what I got from it. I hope she get whatever she looking for, you know, whether it's a coin. I'm sure it's a coin. That boy ain't been a saint, girl. Yeah, girl, y'all got to be careful in Hollywood. Girl, it's so sad because you see all these artists, these people in the entertainment business who they have these bright futures ahead of them, or at least we think so, and then, girl, who would have ever thought that Shia LaBeouf, well, his name is Shia LaBeouf, whatever his name is, Shia, who his fine ass, would have turned out to be the way that he is. I know they probably had that boy whole future set up for him. You know how they do. You know they had that one, they be picking a star. Okay, we gonna make you a star. You gonna be a star. You gonna be a star. You gonna be a star. Boom. And now he on that shit. Well, on alcohol, I guess. It's sad. It's sad, and I really haven't heard anything from him. I think he's done some movies. I'm almost sure he's done some movies since Transformers, but I don't think he's ever been the same. bitch. Anyways, now a bitch who I thought was lying from the get-go, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I'm all down for, I think I'm a feminist girl. Hello? I'm all down for believing women. I'm going to believe a woman before a man the majority of the time. Now, this is one of those times where I did not. So, Future and one of his baby mamas named Brittni. So, he has a son with her. And they had a birthday party, I think like a week or so ago. And for whatever reason, she started going off and saying that Future had threatened her. And I'm gonna give Future this much. As trifling as Future is, we know he not in his kid's life like that. And before anybody even say anything, this is just how I look at it. There's no way that you can have kids in numerous places, especially when you got 8, 9 kids, and be in their life. You can provide financially for them, and girl, we know he only giving Eliza Rain $1,200. Girl, daycare can cost more than $1,200. You see what I'm saying? Bitch, the gas, anyway, I was about to go on the whole ring. But just in my opinion, I don't think Future is a hands-on father. I don't think anyone who has as many kids as Future has can be a hands-on father. You can't have kids in different addresses, in different cities, in different states, and be a hands-on father. That's just how I look at a hands-on mother. That's just how I look at it. So she comes out with this, she was on live and hollering and screaming and just acting.
My other business today, Friday. No, that you a that's what you is. Why you touching me?
I ain't touching you. Stop, please. Everybody good, bro.
Look how the his son feel.
Everybody good.
What the
I was like, this bitch is lying. Like I said, we can say a lot of stuff about Future, but I've never, not that I can recall, I don't think I've ever heard anyone from Sierra on down, and that does not mean that it's not true. I haven't heard anyone say that Future puts his hands on people. Like, we'd have heard a lot of shit about Future, but we ain't never heard about him just like going upside a bitch head. And quiet as it's kept, like, there are people out there who I might not hear. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Like, if it came out that Boosie hit some woman, I wouldn't be surprised. Girl, look, Boosie get his own children raped. So, you think if he getting his children raped, he wouldn't hit a bitch upside her head? So, it's like, stuff like that. It's kind of like, girl, even though I probably never heard it, if it came out, I could be like, girl, I could see it happening. But Future, like I said, he could be very violent, physical. But I haven't heard any stories. So when she said it, I was like, this bitch is lying. And I didn't like one thing I don't like is, like, in the video, she was like, look at him. He doing this to his... She was saying some crazy shit like that. And I was like, she's one of those women who will make the situation worse than what it probably already is, or make a situation out of something that's not there. You know how like those, girl, let's just keep it real. Let's go have some kitchen table talk. I love y'all to pieces, but some of y'all be pulling these stunts. So we gonna keep it 100. Some of y'all women, y'all go get the kids. Look, I am gonna use this as a phone. You sad, baby? You sad because daddy didn't come? You sad, huh? It's like you coaching these kids, trying to, convince these kids that they feel a certain way. When, girl, they probably was in a room minding their business playing with toys. But you come in the room like, oh, you sad, huh? You sad? That's all right. You mad at your daddy? You mad at him? That's what she gives. She gives me that type of woman. She gives me where she cuts up in front of her son, and then her son, of course, gets upset. It's kind of like if your child falls, and if you kind of like just look at the child like, girl, she gonna be all right. If you don't act up, then the child just gonna get off the ground and just go back to girl playing. But if you start hollering and screaming, the child gonna holler. Girl, this story just popped in my head. I think I told y'all this before. One day I was babysitting my niece. This is when my sister hadn't had my second niece yet. This when I only had one niece. And so my sister needed to go out and do some errands or something, girl. I don't know. So anyways, I had went over to watch my baby while my sister had went out. And my brother-in-law was at work, I believe. Yeah, he had to be, girl. So anyways, my brother-in-law was at work and my sister had to go do whatever she was going to do. So, girl, I'm just sitting there and, girl, she's sitting on the floor playing with her toys. I'm watching TV. And I'm just looking over because first of all, I really don't babysit her that much by myself. You see what I'm saying? I'm like nervous at this point. Like, okay, girl, I need to keep looking over to make sure she ain't swallowed one of the dolls. You know, girl, I don't know, girl. I'll just be real nervous. Girl, I'm telling y'all, girl, I did not know. Girl, all I know is I looked over and my niece had crawled on top of the kitchen on the dining room table. Now, mind you, my sister has a high dining room. I'm saying how my sister's dining room table. It's not like my table. It's a high dining room table. Girl, what I tell you, I started hollering, oh my God! Girl, that she started hollering. She hollering, I'm hollering, everybody hollering. You hear me, girl? Just a fool. Girl, just a mess. Girl, I didn't understand how she got on that table. The first thing I thought about was, oh my God, she about to fall off and break her neck. And then, girl, I'm going to be the one who's going to be over here. Like, girl. So, girl, you have to, girl, that just popped in my head when I said, when you can, you know. But anyways, girl, that's funny now. At the time, that shit wasn't funny. My nerves was fucked up. Do you hear me? I did not know. I was like, how the fuck did she get on that dining room table? Girl, kids be moving fast as fuck. I'm telling y'all. I was like turning my head every 30 seconds. At least it felt like it. So when I turned again and I looked to the ground and I'm like, what the fuck she at? And I look at the table. She on top of the fucking table. How the fuck you get on the fucking table? Anyway, child, you know, Brittni gives me one of those women. I don't know anything about this woman, but she just gives me, out of the clip that I saw, very much so drama. Some people will say that Future, you know, getting his payback, but she gives me very much so drama. She gives me as though she probably tells a few lies. She probably uses she probably uses her son as bait, or uses her son to get back at Future. She uses her son as collateral to do whatever she gonna do with Future. That's what she gives me one of those type of women. So she comes back now and comes out with a statement talking about, Future has never been violent towards me. Basically, it was a misunderstanding. No, bitch, you came out and you said what you said. Like, you said what you said. Now you coming back. And it was so crazy because I was already planning on talking about this story. And right before I got on here, I was like, well, let me just see what, you know, something else has happened. And that's what I saw. I was like, I knew that bitch was lying. I knew she was lying. And even if she's not lying, like, even if she's not lying and Future said, I give you 20 stacks if you go back and say that's not true. The simple fact that you even did that in front of your son lets me know, bitch, you can be bought and you just full of drama. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if it comes out that it is true that Future threatened her, the simple fact that you did that in front of your son, then walked it back, like, for whatever reason, lets me know enough. Wendy Williams, she is going on hiatus for a week. She, her mother passed away. I've been reading different stories. Some people are saying that her mother just passed away this past weekend, and then some people are saying that her mother was actually in a coma. I don't know, because, when Wendy Williams addressed it, she said that my mom has been gone for many weeks ago. Some people are saying she was in a coma and then she passed away this past weekend. I think I also read that her brother said that she passed away this weekend too. Her brother got online basically saying that he's been telling her that she needs to take some time off. You can't tell people how to grieve. People grieve differently. But I will say this much. When you look at Wendy's behavior and what we saw on her television, on our television screens, clearly she wasn't handling it too well. I mean, she on TV, and like, let's just be all the way 100. At one point, like, Wendy was giving you relapse, crackhead, cokehead tease. Like, all of what she was doing, it was a lot. And then you snapping at people on the show. So clearly you're not handling this death or, very well. Because if you were, like, these things wouldn't have even happened. So I agree with her brother as it pertains to Wendy, because it's like, clearly you're not handling this situation. With that being said, everybody does grieve differently. Some people, they throw themselves in their work. Like, some people, they just don't talk about it. They go about their business like ain't nobody even died. And that's not healthy either, right? Because you acting like it's not happening don't mean it didn't happen. And one day your ass wake up talking about where so-and-so at, and then you realize they dead, then your ass in your room having a fucking breakdown. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, so people deal with death differently. Some ways are not healthy. Some people can actually deal with it. But anyways, so shout out to Wendy. I hope she's all right. That's all I got. Like I said, ain't a lot going on. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.